これもう一個あるんですけど、社会主義のベネズエラで見たものをあなたは信じないだろうって。You won't believe what you saw in socialist Venezuela っていうのがあってですね、これはインタビューしてカラカスのですね、いかに危険かっていうビデオなんですね。で、これはなんていうかな。
We are changed that are here in the barrios of Caracas, Venezuela, one of the top murder capitals of the world.
Top murder capital ですね。
What am I doing here? I'm crazy.
クレイジーって言ってるのはこんな危ないところに俺来たから。
As a journalist, I try to give you
ジャーナリストって韓国みんな入れられちゃうのよ。俺は怖いよねって言って。
stories that all the other journalists are afraid to show you. I want to show
アフレードでしょ、ジャーナリストはアフレード。
you the raw truths of exactly what's happening in this world.
ローフルーツって生の情報をね提供するよっていう意味ですね。
But I think I did too much coming here to Venezuela. I'm joined by another crazy man, the one and only Jeff
もう一
Berwick
人
of the
もう一人一緒にジェフ・バーウィックってやつ
dollar
が
vigilante.
こいつです。
And the things that we have experienced, the things that we have seen here in Venezuela
何を見たかね。
are absolutely insane.
インセインっていうのはね、これは覚えておいた方がいいですよ。全くどうかしてるっていう意味です。全くどうかしてるこいつはと。インセイン。だからベネズエラの全くこいつらおかしいよねみたいな。インセイン。
Jeff, just go off some of the things we saw here.
Well, I think just coming out of the airport and
こい
being
つがね、
told by, we actually were met by some people that we knew,
説明して。
and them telling us that this is the most dangerous areas, just walking
最も危険な
out
と
of the airport. And then we found out after we left that
飛行場が危ないって言ってたんですよね。
just a few hours earlier, a man was killed. They attempted
マンボツキルでね。
to rob or kidnap him,
ロボはキドナップ。
and he was killed. That was just our initial. Of course, we had to change money inside the airport because the
Had to change money inside. 飛行場の中でお金を変えるんだけども、
the amount of hyperinflation here is actually
で変えるんだけど、ハイパーインフレーションで
just unbelievable. You need a backpack
もう信じられないくらいでバックパック一杯のお金をくれ
full
る
of
んです
money
よ
to
と
buy a dinner. And then
夕
once
食にね。
we got into town, it was just crazy story after crazy story of, and we're just seeing the lineups. This is a true country in collapse. This is hyperinflation and socialism reaching its ultimate end.
This is a
まあだからオールティメイトエンドってここまで来ちゃったってね。
true economic Armageddon.
これアルマゲドンって書いてあるけど、なんか発音違うんだよね。
Reaching its ultimate end.
This is a true economic Armageddon.
アルマゲドンって言ってるのはやっぱりアルマゲドンっていうのは世の中の終末。
Venezuela is in a state of emergency right now. Its currency has been devalued 92%.
だから 92% 価値の下落ですね、カレンシー。
Since the last 2 years
2年
alone.
間でね。
And the things we have been experiencing here. I mean, I grew up in Brooklyn in the 90s. I saw people shot, I saw people stab my friend.
なんかブルックリンも90年代ひどくて人が撃たれたりね、
Got killed.
スタブは刺すね、スタブ。
I went through all that, but what I've experienced here is far more than I thought I would ever see
ファーモアダンの愛想と思ってた以上にひどい。
anywhere in the world. And it's like the criminality is brought on by the government as a way to control the people. Like, we were driving by and our fixer showed us this huge
フィクサーってこの彼のこと言ってるんですね。普通はね、裏で不正な手段を用いる世話人だけど、黒幕フィクサー。ここではね、フィクサーのことを世話役。ここではね、フィクサーなんか手伝ってくれる相手のことを言ってるんだよね。いろいろなことを知ってる人っていう意味で使ってるんだと思うんですけど、ね、
huge building.
違う。フィクサーってね、黒幕の連中はこのビルに住んでるの。
And he was like, yeah, this is a building, a skyscraper that's being run by a criminal
ク
organization.
リミナルオーガニゼーションでしょ。
There's people squatting in there, and this is where all the kidnapping
ね、ピープルスクワット。だから無断借用してる。スクワット。無断借用。
happens. But you walk around town, and there's government mandated signs saying
マンデイテッド、命令する。 政府の命令したサイン、サインって道路標識みたいなことサインね。
Gun-free zones
ガンフリ
everywhere
ーゾーンって銃のない地域、ガンフリーゾーン。
you go, and no smoking signs. While
ノ
there's
ースモーキングのスモークフリーゾーンね。これで
massive,
す、これガンフリーゾーン。
incredible crime,
これガンフリーゾーンね。
our fixer lost two of his best friends who were murdered on two separate incidences just 6 months ago alone.
6年6ヶ月間で2人も
I
友達が殺された。
mean, we were out just walking around last night. Just tell us, like, what was like that experience for you?
It's the first time I've really seen anything like this. It's truly reaching the end of the socialism here, reaching its ultimate end.
エンド・オブ・ソーシャリズム、それはね、石油下がったからもうエンド・オブ・ソーシャリズムですよね。何も減ったくれもないね。
That socialism always ends in. It's also reaching just the end of the currency, the hyperinflation, and I've heard it's hundreds of percent a month right now. And we went to some of the restaurants, and all the prices on the menu are in paper, and they like taped onto the menu because they have to change it every week, and sometimes even more than that. It's changing that fast. It's really like it's interesting, and you brought up the gun-free zones. That's the most.
これね、いつのかってこれもね、207万回見てますけど、2016年ですね。今でも一緒です、これ。今でも2016年、今でも一緒。
Most interesting part to me is no one is allowed to have a gun, and this is the
い
murder
や、これをね、見せるためにね、何本か僕は新しいビデオ見たんですけど、一緒ですね。
capital of the world. So we walk into the hotel at night because we're a little crazy. We're told by everyone, don't go out, and we went out.
Don't go out. だからホテルから
There was no one
出ちゃ
anywhere.
危
It
ない
was like a ghost town. And when we get back, the security guard is hiding behind a door
でセキュリティガードはもうね、ドアの中に隠れてる。
because he doesn't have a gun, and the bad people all have guns.
Yeah, security guards are not allowed to have guns here. There's gun-free zones everywhere, and criminality and murder and kidnapping is at a level that is extremely, extremely shocking. Our fixer has a huge medical kit with him in case me and Jeff get stabbed or shot here. We have tinted out windows so no one sees who we are. We always got to lock the door. Last night we were walking with a mutual Tinder match that we had, and we were...
Tinder ってなんだかわかんないんだけどね、要するに燃えやすいマッチかな。よくわかんない。Walking with a mutual Tinder match。マッチとマッチでね、マッチを。
We're walking just, from a car to another secure kind of castle club area.
だから彼ら車でキャッスルクラブ、ナイトクラブで、ね、
behind, and as we're walking, she just sees a regular guy, and she's like, ah, ah, and she's running, and we're like, whoa, what the hell? Like, I'm just like mentally getting prepared for anything to happen, and it's just another guy walking down the street. We're driving around, and
だから車から降りてすぐ店入っていかないとやばいみ
it's
たいな。
totally, completely locked down. I mean, you're gonna see some more footage on this YouTube channel as well as Jeff's YouTube channel, but like. Just no one out on the streets at all. I saw this one crazy 6'5", 350-pound dude who had his hands taped and he was just clenching his knuckles. Just one dude, and it was just like a scene out of
デュードってやろうっていうね。
Purge, Anarchy, and it was literally like we're being like transported around, like, okay, let's go quickly, here, security guards everywhere. But of course, as you said, we're walking in the hotel room. The people working in the hotel are like in past 3 doors, right, through like a little doorway looking when we came in, and they barricaded the doors with the luggage carriers because like they're even
like that would stop anyone. So those luggage carriers that the valets have, they just put them all in front of the doors. Like that should do it.
Yeah. We walked in and they're like just
ドアボーイ怖くて出てこない。
just shockingly looked at us and then like quickly went back to their business, but they were behind like 3 other doors that they could easily lock and protect themselves in, which kind of gives me the idea that the government here kind of uses this criminality, uses this violence as a way to control the people, so people think we need more police, we need more government, and the criminals here are running around just doing whatever they want, kidnapping whoever they want, murdering whoever they want with
まあ
pure
要するにキッドナッピングとか殺人とか
impunity. Meanwhile, the government sends it
with pure impunity って誰も止めるやついない。
and their agents to every business, to every private place to every public park to make sure that everyone has mandated signs that say no smoking.
マンデーテサイン、さっきのガンフリーとかやつね。
No guns, and you can't be racist. With 50 permits that a
だから50パーミット50の許可証ですね。
restaurant has
レストランに必要だって。
to have, and they are spending their resources here in Venezuela to making sure that everything is socially acceptable, that people are not violating the gun-free zones, which are insane. I mean, talk about more about this kind of state
インセントさっき言ったようにどうにかしてるっていうね。
that the people here in Venezuela, because we've seen everything here.
Yeah, when you talk about the state of the people, it's just you can just really see it how it permeates in the whole culture. No one looks at
パーミットって営業許可証だね。
each other in the eye. It's no one's friendly. Even the waiter at a
これノーワンズフレンドリーって誰もだから警戒してね。ウェ
restaurant.
イター
I
も
don't know if that's
親しくしない。で、
cultural or not, but they're just not friendly.
they are not just
You know,
friendly.
it's everyone is really in a bad mood.
All everyone is really in a bad mood.
Here. You brought up the movie The Purge, Anarchy. I hate that title because true anarchy is just without a government, and we would have a much more peaceful and prosperous world. Really, what it should be called is the Purge, statism at its worst. Turn
ステイティズムってね、なんか意味があったんですよ。これ国家主権主義って言ってね、ステイティズム。僕知らなかったな。だからプージだから追い払う。国家の主権なんかもうないよっていう意味だと思うんですね。
off at the worst moment, and that's sort of what we're seeing here. And in actuality, for all those people who like Bernie Sanders as a one example, this is what he talks about. He talks about this is his country. This should be like the purpose.
バーニー・サンダーズ社会主義の意見持ってるから、まさしくバーニー・サンダーが言ってるのはこの社会主義国だろうけれども、
Perfect place to show what he
パー
wants.
フェクトプレイスだけどね。
Because he wants extreme socialism. That's what they have here, and has caused so much poverty. We're sitting here in the barrios
そ
right
んなこと
now.
ねえよなって言ってる。
He wants guns to be taken away. They've done that. How did that work out? You can even just look at Chicago with their gun-free zones to see how that works out. And he wants to actually take control of the money supply and probably print a lot more money, and that will turn into hyperinflation, which they have here. So this really is not that much different than what he's talking about. And I'm an anarchist, so I don't want.
だからバーニー・サンダース言ってるような社会主義国っていうけどとんでもないことだよね。
So I'm not saying Donald Trump's going to be a heck of a lot better, but for those people who do.
ヘコブっていうのはとてつもないっていう意味ね。ヘコブ、とてつもない。Not better, but for those people who do not.
Like Bernie Sanders, come to Venezuela. Check it out. It's
ベネズエラ来てよく見ろ。
it's great.
Yeah, so social planning at its best with lines down the block for just basic necessities, line down the blocks for public transportation that is insufficient, and then a lot of people talk about the toilet paper with the government setting up a set price so poor people could afford toilet paper. There's no toilet paper in different
まあトイレットペーパー政府が価格を設定してるけど実際にはトイレットペーパーはもうないよね。
stores. We were, obviously we didn't face that same amount of suffering as the average people here do, but we're trying to experience it as best as we can by giving you a full, raw, uncensored picture of everything that we are experiencing here. And it's also fair to mention that Venezuela is a petro state. The United States and Saudi Arabia overproducing oil are now also destroying this economy. It's also fair to say that the United States sanctions here have not helped. It's also fair to say
アメリカはベネズエラは今制裁してるからね、経済制裁。だからサンクションってことが出てるんですね。
that with everything that has been happening with the U.S. aid also funding the groups here has not helped.
これグループスって出てるけど、このグループスってね、なんか僕よくわかんない。ドロッとして嫌なものをグループって言うんですよね。何言ってんだかよくわかんないですけどね。Funding the groups here. Also funding groups here has not helped anything.
In any way, shape, or form. But overall, from my experiences here, this government here is run by criminals. This is a criminal state run by a few people, total mafia, and Well, I mean, what else could we say? One other topic I wanted to bring up with Jeff is specifically he has a new video out that's getting a lot of hits on the internet, specifically dealing with the economic forecast of the United States. We could only pray that it doesn't get as bad as it is here in the United States. But what, just tell us about your new video. What are your predictions, and how has this kind of experience kind of added to the wealth of information that you do provide?
Well, you brought up a great point that the problems here aren't solely just caused by things here in the country. A lot of them are. I'd say a good 80% are, but a lot of it is the
彼言ってるのは 80% の連中はいいやつだよと言ってるんだよね。
world controllers, the financial elites, and we were at Bilderberg last year. They are planning a massive collapse of the entire global economy.
Massive collapse of the entire global economy. これ
I
なんか
just
違
put
う
out
こと
a
言い
video
出
on
して
it.
る
It's
んだ
going
よ。
really viral
グローバルエコノミーなんて言ってるからね。
right now. Everyone should check it out. You'll have a link to it down below in your notes. But I'm expecting complete chaos, collapse, and crisis this year to happen this year by October of this year. And a lot of people might say I'm crazy, but you know, Luke, and we've been to Bilderberg and all these things. There are people
これビルダーバーグってなんだかよくわかんないんで、なんかなんですかね。
controlling these things. They do want certain things to happen, and I say in the video that it's likely that they want to cause complete economic collapse, a lot like here in Venezuela. This might even be a test case, and then to bring in a new, bring in essentially
まあ
what
良くなるよって言ってんだ
they
よね。
have here in Venezuela, all over the world. More gun laws, more rules, more regulations, military, martial law, all those sort of things, capital controls, travel controls, and then bring in a new one world government, one world currency by 2018 is my best guess.
Jeff, thank you so much for your wealth of information.
やっと終わりです。
We're seeing everything happen here on the front lines with the suitcases of money that you need just to buy basic necessities. As we know, after the 2008 financial crisis, it was never fixed. It was just paid over with more lies and more bullcrap. It's only a matter of time. The United States keeps printing and inflating the currency as well. It's only a matter of time for the truth to come out. And you need to be prepared and you need to be smart. We've taken a lot of precautions to make sure we are safe. Nothing has yet happened to us, but for all the sponsors who are sponsoring We Are Change and keeping this independent, free news organization for you and by you, we're going to have a special behind-the-scenes video showing you just all the tips and tricks on how to not get murdered and kidnapped in Venezuela, which luckily, thank God, we have not yet. Stay tuned here on the front lines reporting from Venezuela, where the United States has just deemed just a year ago a terrorist state. Here on the front lines, this is Jeff Berwick and Luke Radowski. Subscribe. We're going to have a lot more information coming here your way on youtube.com/wearechange.
ということです。で、これでベネズエラ終わりです。
てかすごい国っすね。
え？ん？
すごい国ですね。
すごい国ですよ。だから夜は外で歩けない。
絶対行きたくないっすもんだって。なんか今の YouTube 見て。
まあそうですよね。キドナッピング、殺人とかね。まあ危ないですよね。ということで今日はこれで終わります。これはねリベラルアーツで、これは例えば土曜日の場合は全然日本語なしで英語だけでやってるのね。で水曜の夜は日本語と英語で混ぜこぜでやってるの。
なんか社会主義とか民主主義とかいう前になんかもはや
いやだからそれはだからこれすり替えてるね彼らはね。違うんですよね。あ、これ消しちゃいけないのかな。あ、消しちゃった。間違えて消しちゃった。消しちゃいけないの。
社会主義国っていうのは基本的にインフレになりやすいんですかね。
いやそんなことない。今これはもう特別ですよね。特別ですよね。間違えて消しちゃった。
This is Gradowski of We Are Change.org here in the barrios of Caracas, Venezuela, one of the top murder capitals of the world. What am I doing here? I'm crazy. As a journalist, I try to give you stories that all the other journalists are afraid